Give me just a second and we'll get things going. Alright, looks like we're live. Let me grab this link. What's happening, Kyle? Hey, what's happening, Earth? Alright, looks like we're good to go. Okay, so I'm just gonna show it off a little bit for a second. Might need 1 second because I'm trying to figure out what happened to my my chat on Restream. It was on screen and now it's not, so. Alright, looks like the stream's looking okay. I'm looking at it in the other window. There we go. Now I'll be able to see it on stream. Cool, cool, cool. Except I still can't. Oh my god. Okay, 1 second. Sorry, my my on-screen chat is bugging out a little bit. Fun, fun, fun. I'm glad to hear the stream's looking good at least. Alright, let's get into it. So I'm going to start a new campaign. Let's see. And just play through a little bit of story mode. If you see me looking up like this, it's because I have to look at my above screen monitor. You're gonna see it's gonna look a little bit glitchy because I don't have just one mod installed being my suit. I have a bunch of mods installed, so that'll be fun. I want to give a shout out to Andrew. I met Andrew when he was working on Spider-Man 2 Project RE, which is like a fan remaster of Spider-Man 2. I think he did a great job porting my model. I'm really happy with it. Yeah, one of my favorite things to do with this has just been taking pictures in photo mode. And I'm just thinking about how I can repurpose all of the different shots that I've gotten from cutscenes and story mode so far.
All units, level 4 mobilization. Location, Fisk Tower.
Fisk?
Yeah, see, this is one glitch. Like, Peter Parker does not have a head. It's just one weird, off, kind of funky thing about it. You'll see. You'll see the other ones.
Fisk Tower. All units stand by. Warrant is en route.
Everyone's mad at Canada right now.
I love how it looks in the opening. Like, I'll never get tired of seeing that.
Take him down yet?
No. We're at Fisk Tower, but still waiting on the warrant.
Mind if I join in on the fun?
You know how his lawyers are. This one needs to go by the book.
Come on, Yuri. I've been waiting 8 years for this.
You really want to help? Head to Times Square. Sounds like his guys are trying to keep my backup from reaching the scene.
You got it. Almost there.
Oh, I know. It looks so good. I'm so happy with it. So, for a while, my suit installer for Spider-Man mods was broken, and I didn't know how to fix it, and I really only fixed it just for this. And I've downloaded about 50, 60 suits, and I've still pretty much only used this one, because why would I use any other suit when I could play as myself? That came out weird.
Looks like Yuri called in the cavalry.
Okay, so another weird little glitchy thing. The police officers are naked and invisible. I can't explain it. Like, they're just heads and weapons, and then at a certain point, like, the SWAT members are just weapons. Also, about 75% of the civilians are Among Us people now. Because why not? And a bunch of the background vehicles are Warthogs from Halo or, Rocket League cars. Yeah, I agree. The glitches give it a little bit more personality. At least that's what I'm telling myself.
Gotta warn you, I'm feeling punchy today. This doesn't look good.
Somebody just shoot him!
Man, Fisk has a lot of guys on his payroll.
Spider-Man, what's your status?
Almost done here. You?
We're about to go in.
Be there soon. Can't wait to see Willie's face when you slap the cuffs on. Okay, Yuri. All done. What's happening? Yuri? Yuri!
Oh yeah, one of the other mods that I installed adds a bunch of weeb shit to Times Square.
I knew Fisk wouldn't go quietly.
Love that. Yeah, see the Among Us people down there. I don't know if the Rocket League car mod is working right now. I'm noticing that.
Get more backup. and lock down the airspace.
Yuri, you okay?
If he makes it out of that building, we're gonna lose him.
I'm gonna go,
Do your thing.
Yes! Seize the day, Willie!
I'll never get enough of seeing that.
Hey, where you going? Cat! I'll clear a path. Follow me! Get out of here, Spider-Man! We got this! Sorry to break it to you, but you do not got this, buddy.
What's Spider-Man doing here? He's gonna mess everything up.
Oh, thanks for the confidence boost, guys.
Spread out. Crush him.
I guess this is what they call a hostile workplace.
It is a little bit odd hearing Yuri Lowenthal's voice come out of my mouth, though. I will admit that. I don't know if the sound needs to be a little bit louder for y'all to be able to hear it or not.
Gotta take those shooters out. I think that's all of them. I prefer a more direct approach.
Hey, I appreciate the tweet, Alec.
Spider-Man, status.
Heading to the upper floors and hoping nobody turns on the elevators.
Our choppers are taking fire. Looks like Fisk has armed men on every floor.
I'm glad to hear it.
Desperate.
And he's hitting us with everything he's got.
I have to find him and end this.
Not yet. We just picked up chatter. They're wiping all their data servers. We need that evidence if we want to put him away for good.
Okay, server room it is. Call from May. Better answer. Hi, Aunt May.
What is all that?
Damn right, better pick up for Aunt May.
Superhero movie. What's up?
I just wanted to make sure we're still
If
on.
Aunt May ain't happy, ain't no one happy.
Listen, I gotta go.
Well, okay. Love you.
Love you too.
Hold him so he can't jump around. Come on, shut yourself there.
How exactly do you think this ends well?
I'm in an ass-kicking mood. He's beating us.
It really is too cool. I'm so happy with it.
The next one.
So one of the best things about my VTuber model, right, is that it's just a general Blender 3D model, right? So any game that you can port models into, that you can mod, you could theoretically put my model into and then play as. Like I already have it in VR chat, and
This way they'll destroy all the
seeing the way that people port anything from like CJ and Grand Theft Auto to you know, like, I mean, you know what I mean. People put so many different like it seems like Kermit's in every game, from Breath of the Wild to Spider-Man.
Fisk may be a dirty
So I thought, you know, like, why not put mine in it? And I had a friend that was offering commissions, so I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I didn't think it would be possible because of the hood and the cape, but apparently because of Miles Morales, a couple of his costumes have hoods and capes, so it is possible.
I forgot my password.
Spider-Man. Don't let him near the
If you go to my Twitter, you'll see Andrew. I tagged him and I tagged his Twitter if you want to go check him out. He's modded some other suits into Spider-Man PS4. He did a great job with mine. I'm very, very happy with it.
Let's see just how good their security is.
I've even got Spider-Man on my Steam Deck, and I've been playing a shit ton of Spider-Man on it too. And I've got my suit modded into that
Says the
too.
guy frantically erasing his search history.
After all these years, you're still just an ignorant child.
True, but that's part of my charm, isn't it?
If I could find someone to put my model into Tony Hawk Underground Pro, Thug Pro, I'd be so happy. I love Thug Pro.
Destroy everything. Look around you. I did this. What have you ever done that matters?
Well, there was that time I took down a pompous, overstuffed crime lord before breakfast.
Without me, the scum I kept in check will run rampant. It'll be your fault.
Been a long, tough road, kid. Almost sad to see it end. An explosion just...
I saw it. Fisk could have the whole place wired. I'm sitting in a bomb unit.
I'll make sure no one gets in their way. Kid gets all of them.
Yeah, see, this is what I meant by the invisible SWAT officers.
I guess bombs are part of Willie's getaway plan? Sounds like they're trapped.
You go after them. We'll look for the bombs.
Everyone clear out! Evacuate the building!
I heard more people back that way.
I'll find them.
Spider-Man! We can't move! We're pinned down!
Okay, this is one of my favorite shots. I love it so much.
Walk, help the injured. Got it?
I used it in my Twitter promo. It feels like, I don't know, it feels wild being able to see my character in the game like this. With like animations like this. It's, oh my god. I'm just thinking of all the different ways I can repurpose it for
Spider-Man, it's yours.
basically kind of like B-roll in videos. Expect to see a lot of footage of this and just me talking over it in future videos. I'm really excited. I got a few on the way. I'm working on that third Batman video. I'm working on an iceberg tier list video that's going to be interesting. There's one of the Among Us people crumpled up on the floor. What else am I working on? I'm working on a video on mobile games, and I'm finished with a video on Marvel's Avengers. That's on my Patreon, but I don't want to upload it until I'm done with a couple of other videos. Because of the way that YouTube works, if you don't upload like more than one video in a row, it'll kind of like throttle the video. You basically have to trick it into thinking that you're uploading regularly. So if you've uploaded like within the last 2 months, you know, it's kind of okay. If you haven't uploaded anything, you should really have a couple of videos and then batch upload them. And upload, like, what I do is I upload one, I wait a week, so like one every other week for about 3 or 4 videos. That might be bad advice now. I don't know. I might be working on old advice. The algorithm changes every year. Take that with a grain of salt and do your own research if you're working on your own channel. But that's just how I've always kind of run mine. I kind of think of it like releasing content in seasons. So I'm waiting until I have the mobile game video, the iceberg video, and the Avengers video all finished to upload them. But the Avengers one's at least finished.
You guys alright?
We were just about to call for backup.
I think I'm it.
Lead the way. We'll be right behind you. Heads up, boss.
Okay, so this is kind of funny how it glitches out. Basically, you have to fight the guns. Like, that's the only way, because it's glitched out. It took me a second to figure that out.
So you guys were in bed with Fisk all along? Oh no, I'll never get that image out of my head. So your plan didn't work. On to plan B, getting kicked in the face.
Oh, I get why it is. It's because I have this, you look at it. You see the piece of pizza on the floor?
Good news is they were
It turned all the SWAT members into pieces of pizza. That's what it is. I have no fucking clue what mod I have turned on that turned all the SWAT officers into pizza. That's... I don't have an explanation for that. I thought they were invisible, but they were pizza all along.
Writing your memoirs? Don't forget the hyphen between spider and man.
Get the chopper ready. I won't be long. I'm surprised you made it this far. But your foolishness ends now.
You do know I can still see you, right?
8 years of this insolence.
Oh, for me? You shouldn't have. Gotta wait for an opening. It's reloading.
What are you doing? How is this happening?
What's wrong, Willie? You seem angry.
I will destroy you!
Take your best shot. That could be an opening.
Okay, this shot is great too. I love it. I actually took this one right here, me getting thrown through the wall, and I edited it into the mobile games video.
You are everything that's wrong with this city!
Like, I'm already taking clips that I've recorded already and repurposing them into the videos that I'm working on.
Surrounded. Everyone engage.
You fools!
He's too bad.
I don't want. What do I pay you for? No! I can handle myself!
It just amazes me. Okay, I was about to say it amazes me how well the cape works and how good the cape looks, and then it completely glitched out. But overall, like, it looks good like 70% of the time.
So, should we kiss now? Yeah, maybe later. Finally off to Rikers, huh? You know, I think you've got more enemies in there than I do.
If you think this will be more than a minor inconvenience...
Whoop, gotta go. Hey, good luck, Willie. I have a feeling you're gonna need it.
Idiot! I'm the one who kept order in this city! 1 month! In 1 month you'll wish you had me back!
The Kingpin is heading to prison. End of an era. I feel like I should celebrate. Maybe take a vacation.
So I forget what the name of the mod is that I have for the skybox. The nighttime skybox I have on in a different one is this is the morning skybox, I think.
No, don't.
But I know that the nighttime skybox I have is from Ratchet and Clank.
Gotta love Doc's enthusiasm, but sometimes it gets him into trouble. Better get there before he hurts himself.
I'm so excited for Spider-Man 2. I can't wait for it to come out. And I've been getting really into Venom 2 recently, so like, I don't know. Spider-Man PS4, this game, really is like one of the best takes on Spider-Man that we've gotten in like the last 20 years. Probably since like the Raimi movies, honestly. I'm just really excited to see more of it. Like, we're lucky we got Miles Morales between Spider-Man PS4 and Spider-Man 2. I hope we get another spin-off game about Venom. It'd be really neat. Kind of like Miles Morales, like how he was in Spider-Man, but you didn't get to play as him. Like maybe if they made a Venom game after Spider-Man 2 using the same engine in the same city.
You started without me.
The grant committee's director will be here soon. It's fine, Parker. I invented this equipment. I think I can handle it.
Headless Peter.
Power dampener.
You know what it is? You know why Peter doesn't have a head here? It's because Sony and Marvel don't want you to see John Burbank. I don't fucking know the guy's name. The original face model for Spider-Man PS4. They want you to see the new guy. The guy who vaguely looks like Tom Holland. Instead of the guy who vaguely looks like Andrew Garfield.
Another setback.
I don't actually give a shit about, like, the face recasting debate, by the way. I'm just playing into it for a bit. Yeah, so the funny thing is,
Is anyone hurt?
I've turned on a bunch of mods, and it causes the game to glitch out in funny little odd ways.
From a certain viewpoint, that's a very positive development.
It doesn't smell very positive.
I assure you, in the next phase.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Is there somewhere else we can discuss this?
Maybe you should take the rest of the day off, Peter. But we'll talk later.
That was a disaster. How could the dampener have failed? I know Doc said take the day off, but I have to figure out what went wrong. Ooh, you are in bad shape, little guy.
Oh yeah, I always forget they have these dumb little puzzles that you can pretty much just skip.
Circuit burned out. Damn it. If I had been here to do the pre-check, I would have caught this. Got it. Okay, need to reroute servo.
Yeah, he does look better in the second game. He does look like, I don't know, it might just be the Uncanny Valley thing where you don't expect to see that face. You expect to see a face that you're, like, familiar with. I don't know. There is something a little bit off-putting about seeing a new actor's face, but it's less off-putting in, like, Miles Morales. I mean, it's less off-putting in Spider-Man 2 than it was in Miles Morales, now that we're, like, a little bit used to it. The new face actor that they got for him, like, he got handed a rough deal because, like, no matter what, the fandom was going to be against him. And, like, you know, would you turn down the opportunity to play Spider-Man regardless of, you know, what was going on, what the deal was with the previous actor? Like, no, you wouldn't. It'd be ridiculous too. It would be like a career-ending move to turn down that role. So I feel sorry for the guy. Not me getting stuck on the first puzzle looking like an absolute dumbass. The next time I play, I will have a mod on that lets me skip these. and we just won't mention it. Oh my god. This is why you need to pay attention in school, kids. Like, this is Pipe Sweeper. Like, this is literally Pipe Sweeper. This is like a basic ass old school game, and it is stumping my... Work backwards. Okay, I got it. Cool.
Okay, what next?
Yeah, let's talk about comics. What comics are y'all reading? I'm not very happy with how X-Men's going with the recent Krakoa run. But I don't know. If they're getting rid of Krakoa forever, I'm not gonna be very happy about it. But it is what it is. I get that, you know, it couldn't last forever. But I was really hoping that would be like the new status quo. Alright, what am I missing? Target vote.
Finished.
I'm loving Night Terrors. I've been reading the hell out of it. Deadman is like my favorite DC comic book character, and the whole event is basically about him. Like, they put Batman on every cover, but it's Deadman possessing Batman's body, so, you know. I love that they've tricked people into buying Deadman books by making them think they're buying Batman books. That's brilliant. And the whole thing with bringing Sandman back from the dead, I love it. It's brilliant.
Doc's been testing new materials for the prosthetics. He asked me to review his work if I had time. May as well dig in now.
What have y'all thought about Night Terrors? The Zatanna tie-in's pretty good too. Same thing with the Red Hood Robin tie-in. I really liked the run. It ends very abruptly. Like, there's no real conclusion, but I think the idea was that people thought that John Kent saying to Superman, "Why don't you do more?" People thought that was kind of authoritarian, like, oh, he's gonna go and... I don't know. But you get how people make those leaps and bounds, you know? So I think that the logic in that was, it was a little bit of an overreach and overstep, and Tom Taylor was trying to react to criticism with that, and then show like, okay, you think he's going to turn to Injustice Superman? I invented Injustice Superman. And I think it's really clever how he kind of subverted what the sort of narrative was from more right-wing outlets about Superboy, and about how he's this progressive, woke SJW warrior. And I think the idea was, he was like, well, if you wanted to see where that would end you up, like, where you would end up with that, you know, this is where. There's this argument for police not having guns that I don't necessarily agree with, but it's something that, you know, not every police officer in like the 40s, 30s, or 50s, you know, had a gun. Not everyone in like a small town did. And if you ever watched the Andy Griffith Show, the reason that Andy Griffith didn't carry a gun is because he wanted people to respect him, not to fear him. Obviously, in the modern day, that doesn't make a lot of sense. And if you were in New York City, you wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't make sense. But there are other countries where police don't carry guns. But the roundabout thing I'm trying to say with that, though, is that it's better to be respected than it is to be feared. And that's kind of what I thought Tom Taylor was getting at with John Kent going to the Injustice universe. It was showing why Superman doesn't do more, and the logical extreme of what happens when you force your ideals and force your beliefs on others, which is a kind of me sort of half quoting All-Star Superman. So what happens when you do force your beliefs on others with a justification because you feel like you need to do more? You end up with Injustice Superman. So now John Kent is in this place where he has to split the difference between doing more and standing for more than his father did and trying to affect more positive social change, while also not becoming the authoritarian Superman. And then you have a lot of people in younger generations that are leaning towards more, on the right side and the left side, that are leaning towards more and more authoritarian politics. And I think that this was also kind of a way to push the message at them that, like, hey, some of this stuff is actually kind of bad, just in case you needed a reminder. But some people think that's a little bit condescending. So I get why, you know, it's not for everyone, and your mileage might vary a little bit with John Kent, Tom Taylor's John Kent. But I like it. I like the book. I've been reading it. The entire Superman line's great, really. I've been reading Action Comics, Superman, fantastic, fantastic books. I've really been loving them.
You break it, you buy it.
I thought you trusted me. Let's take a look at this tower.
Ah, great. More puzzles. These really aren't so bad, though. I'm bitching for nothing.
We just had a tower come back online. Was that you?
Who are my favorite X-Men characters? Kitty Pryde for sure. I love Kitty Pryde. Wolverine feels like a basic bitch answer, but I like Wolverine. I like Cyclops, post Avengers versus X-Men. Like Phoenix Cyclops, Evil Cyclops to Redemption Cyclops. It's a really interesting character arc. Nightcrawler's really cool. Oh, check it out. It's everyone's favorite Spider-Man character. And he's every thug. It's Paul Watson. Because Paul still doesn't have a last name. Because he's actually just Mephisto.
I'm sure these guys didn't forget their keys.
Hey, what's happening, cat?
Okay, wrapped up.
Thanks for that. Now
I'm kind of curious about how they're going to do the X-Men in the MCU. One of my favorite plot lines in Krakoa has been Beast, because Beast sold Wolverine on the black market, bought Wolverine back on the black market, chopped him up into parts, sold those, then cloned him and used a bunch of his clones to, like, basically do his bidding. It's wild. Like, Beast went full evil Reed mode. And speaking of evil Reed, I've really been enjoying Ultimate Invasion. I think that's the name of it, Ultimate Invasion. The new Ultimate comic book. I'm curious where they're going to go with it. It kind of seems like they're leaning towards hard rebooting and reintroducing the Ultimate Universe, which I would be down for.
I said back off! Leave me alone!
Keep it quiet, lady.
Don't touch
Get away from her.
Oh, crap. Spider-Man.
Walk away now, or she's dead.
Let me go!
All clear, ma'am.
I knew Jameson was wrong about you. You're a little weird, but you got a good heart.
Have you got somewhere to go?
I can take care of myself.
I'm sure you can, but just in case, there's a place called the Feast Center.
Seen it. I don't want charity.
They got the best wheat cakes in the city, hands down.
Mom used to make those.
I love that they have to call them wheat
Right in.
cakes because it's just this
Long
weird
time.
thing in the 1960s, and
I'll take
it's
it
in
out.
the first issue that Spider-Man ever appeared in. So now they feel like they have to reference it over and over.
Oh well.
Like, it sounds odd if you don't know the reference, and then if you do know the reference, it sounds kind of tired. I don't know. Maybe it's just that I've played the game over and over and heard the line over and over, and it just sounds odd to me now.
From his elevated
I'm probably overthinking it.
Spider Cop spies his destination. A second surveillance tower.
Are you narrating yourself?
What? No! Of course not! The chief never did understand Spider Cop. Thought he was a loose cannon.
Already regretting this.
Bet I can modify these towers to track more than just crimes.
I'm already thinking about how I can repurpose this for like a future video. The next time I need to like do something for like a hacking effect, I'll just use this clip. Oh, I love the IDW TMT comics. It's wild how it kind of jumps the shark in issue 100. If you're on Twitter, you've seen spoilers, I'm sure. But in issue 100, there's a mutant bomb that gets dropped. And after the mutant bomb gets dropped, it turns a whole bunch of civilians into mutants, like the turtles. So it turns them into like pig people, wolf people, all sorts of like animal people, you know? And so you have the turtles kind of going about their lives, and they quarantine off an entire block of New York City, or a couple of blocks, and that becomes Mutant Town. So you see the turtles, and they get to do like normal people things in this kind of droll, sad, awful scenario. You know what I mean? It's really interesting. And then in the most recent run, not to spoil anything, but the mutants that are quarantined inside of Mutant Town, they get allowed inside of New York City, or into the rest of New York City. So in issue like 150, I think, it basically opens up like every 50 issues, every 100 issues is a new jumping on point, right? And the new jumping on point has the turtles running through the middle of Times Square. And, you know, previously it's like, you know, they're ninjas, be stealthy, they can't do that. So, like, this is the new status quo, that the Ninja Turtles are just, like, normal superheroes, and there's a bunch of furries running around New York City. It goes from being a normal Ninja Turtles comic for the first 100 issues of it to becoming a stealth furry comic from issues 100 to like 155, wherever they're at now. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. It tricks the readers of the Ninja Turtles fanbase into reading a furry comic. Brilliant. Brilliant stuff.
Still there? Got a robbery a few blocks away.
Spider Cop's on it. Part man, part spider, all cop.
Open the safe! Do it!
Hey, fellas.
Ah! Spider-Man! Shoot him!
Wait, was he holding the gun upside down?
More of them? Guys, if you worked this hard at a legit job, you wouldn't need to be criminals. All right, Yuri. I'm gonna repair the last Chinatown tower now.
Don't you mean Spider Cop's gonna repair it?
Been doing a little thinking.
Characters that should have stayed dead in comics. See, I got a controversial opinion about that. I think any character should be allowed to come back alive. Like, with the exception of, like, Batman's parents and Uncle Ben. But even then, you know, like, they can come back as, like, ghosts or spirits, or the character visits heaven briefly. And, you know, Peter has seen Uncle Ben or met Uncle Ben and under those pretenses in the 616, like, 10 times at this point. So, I mean, and so is Batman. So, you know. No one really has to stay dead. Characters that should stay dead, though, Alfred should probably stay dead. At least for, like, the next 5 to 10 years, until they reboot again.
Not good. Can't have people taking pictures of my
But I think they're gonna bring back Gwen Stacy in Spider-Man.
tools I need for
Like, genuinely, like the Gwen Stacy, not a clone, not a cop-out thing, but I think Gwen Stacy is, like, actually coming back. I think that's where they're leading things with, Mephisto and... So, I'm trying to think of how to put it, right? So, in the most recent issue, Green Goblin, they're trying to make Green Goblin evil again. So they got all of Green Goblin's evil sin in a gun, and they're gonna shoot Norman Osborn with it. And they end up shooting Spider-Man with it instead. And I think that's intentional. I think that Mephisto wants to use Spider-Man as some kind of, like, in-game plan to whatever plan he's after. He needs Spider-Man for it, or otherwise Spider-Man is going to be able to stop it, right? And he made a similar deal that he made with Peter, with Ock, to steal Ock's memories of being Spider-Man. So Ock doesn't remember being Superior Spider-Man, or he only remembers, like, small pieces of it. So Ock is trying to become Superior Spider-Man again. And then in the last issue, you have Peter becoming Goblin Peter, right? So I think that you're going to have Goblin Peter get taken down by Spider-Man Octavius. I think that's where they're kind of going with it. And then that'll somehow foil Mephisto's, like, long-term game plan. I haven't read Daredevil by Chip Zdarsky yet, but I need to. I really like Chip Zdarsky. I've been reading his Batman. His Batman's brilliant, in my opinion.
Parker! Dr. Octavius, what you got there?
Chinese. If I know you'd be here, I would have... What are you working on?
Oh, just a side project.
Of course. It's you.
I don't know what
Oh,
you're...
come on, Parker, it's obvious.
Let me explain.
I only wish you'd told me sooner.
I wanted to, but I was afraid that if word got out, my family might be in danger.
Huh. Yes. I guess if you design his equipment, you're bound to be a target too.
Yeah.
It's wild, like, you know, spoilers, but it's wild knowing that from the very beginning, he knew, and he pretended he didn't to save face, and just long game Peter. Diabolical.
That should do it.
I'm only on about, like, the 3rd or 4th episode of My Adventures with Superman, but it's been pretty good so far. I've been enjoying it. I haven't gotten to the point where Lois figures out that Superman is, you know, Clark, but I have gotten to the point where she's interviewed Superman, so I think that's the 3rd or 4th episode.
Coming through. Looking good, Spidey. Hello, New York.
New suit, same old me.
Honestly, all of the Superman media we've been getting for like the past 3 years has been out of this world.
I think I figured out how
Like,
to
My Adventures to Superman's good. Superman Warworld, the Warworld arc was great. John Kent's good, in my opinion. A lot of people don't like it, but I do. So the current run of Superman, the current run of Action Comics, it's all amazing. It's all really good stuff.
I'll be your nosy neighborhood Spider-Man.
Plus, we got a James Gunn Superman movie on the way. Like, I really think this is the make it or break it point that determines whether or not Superman can stick around in the mainstream long term for like the next 100 years, is whether or not the attempts that, because Superman's better than he has been in years, right? So, I don't know. You kind of get what I'm saying, right?
Awesome. Doc would be proud.
Like, it's literally now or never for the franchise.
Can't believe Spider-Man finally won.
Like, it's not just that, you know, it's been poor adaptations. It'll prove that there's no real way for them to do Superman in the modern age if they can't get James Gunn and all these different good adaptations to get, like, the mainstream, like, into Superman again. But then again, I don't know if the mainstream isn't into Superman, or if I'm just, like, you know, attributing the, like, old school talking points of, like, oh, Superman's too OP, blah, 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 that, like, you know, just kind of, like, that hater mentality that got pushed around about Superman. Because, you know, that, defensive, you know, being defensive against haters, feeling like you have to modernize Superman by making him edgy, that was the whole thing that kind of, made Superman kind of lame and dumb in the first place, in the 90s. Like, that's why we end up with the worst Superman adaptations. So, I don't know. I saw the Flash movie. I didn't hate it. It's not something I'm eager to go back to. I haven't seen Blue Beetle yet. After I get off stream, I'm actually going to go see that with some friends in about an hour or two. That'll be fun. I've heard good things about Blue Beetle. I really like the Ted Kord version of Blue Beetle. Jaime's really cool too. I'm just more into Ted Kord. But one way or another, I'm excited to see a Blue Beetle movie. Ah, damn, I didn't time that right.
Anyone want to surrender? No?
Stand down!
Hey, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is
Place
so
locked
good.
down, Captain.
Such a good movie.
Actually, web down.
And someone finally reported shots fired, so I've got officers inbound. Good work. Fisk has more construction sites throughout the city, betting their fronts too.
I'm not that into Ghost Rider, honestly.
Report in if you see anything
Never really have been. I heard that Nick Cage is coming back for the
If I'm gonna find all
next movie,
Fisk's
though.
construction sites,
Or not the next
I'll bring my
movie,
mapping
but that he's
software
coming
to be
back
more
for Secret
accurate.
Wars.
Using a depth map post-process on photos of popular landmarks should do it.
Like, I mean, I know there's been a rumor that everyone in the world's coming back for Secret Wars, but the ones I believe are like Hugh Jackman, Tobey Maguire, and Nicolas Cage. I think Nicolas Cage will make like a brief cameo. I don't think it'll be like a major role. I feel like Hugh Jackman will probably be a little bit more significant, since it'll be like his final, quote-unquote, second final outing as Wolverine.
All units, civilians are trapped
Good
following
old
a vehicle
Empire
collision.
State.
I haven't read much Green Lantern. I need to read the Grant Morrison run, because Grant Morrison is like basically my favorite writer.
That'll do it. Map should be recalibrated now. Haven't done much photography since quitting
Some
the
good
Bugle.
Superman stories.
I enjoy it.
It might be a little bit inside baseball, but I'm a big fan of the War World run that came out recently. All the current runs are great jumping on points, really easy to get into. Let me think of what else. American Alien's really good, but it's kind of a controversial book because of the writer. So, you know, if you don't want to support alleged scumbags, maybe pirate that one. I'm not advocating for that. I'm just saying, like, you know, there's an option if you don't want to support scumbags, but you still want to read the books they wrote that are, like, arguably great takes on Superman. All-Star Superman's another great one. Yeah, I heard about that. Arlene Sorkin passing away. That was really sad. But she lived a full life. I mean, even before she was Harley Quinn, you know, she had a full career. And then, like, you know, in the prime of her life, you know, to have, like, Harley Quinn come along and then, you know, she gets known for that role, like, it's awesome. It's really, really nice to see. Well, not that she passed, but that she lived a full life. You know what I mean? She retired, I think, after Arkham City in 2011, 2012. So it's been years since she's been Harley, too. And WB has just kind of passed around the role from person to person. Like, it's Kaylee Cuoco now that does it on Harley Quinn, the animated series. I think she's the best one. Like, she's my favorite. But, I think my least favorite is, like, Tara Strong, honestly. Not a fan of her Harley, like, at all.
Cool, I'm on my way. Sleep it off. Hi, Mr. Muggins. If this is about the rent.
Mr. Parker, this call serves as your third and final warning. Eviction proceedings.
Wait, I get paid at the end of the week. I get... Ugh.
Eviction proceedings will start Friday unless full payment is received by close of business. Good day.
Yeah, good day.
I've read the first Batman vs. Ninja Turtles comics, but I haven't read the second ones. But I really liked the first one. I heard the movie was good, but I haven't seen it yet. I really need to. I love how it's canon to, like, the mainstream DC universe, and it's also canon to the IDW Ninja Turtles universe. I think that's, like, really neat. It makes them feel more legitimate, if that makes sense. Like the Ninja Turtles, Stranger Things crossover, I don't give a shit. Because it's not canon to either comic book or the movie, but, you know, it is what it is.
Now, where did I put my bag?
Alright, y'all, I just wanted to show off the mod for a little bit today. I might stream again tomorrow. If I stream tomorrow, it'll probably be around like 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m., something like that. I might not, no promises. But I just wanted to show it off a little bit. I'm really enjoying it, using this. I think I'm gonna play through the whole campaign with my character and switch out some of the mods from stream to stream, so look forward to that in the future. I'm going to hop off of here because, like I said earlier, I'm going to go see Blue Beetle with some friends in a few hours, and I got to get ready for that. But it's been good, everyone. Thanks for coming out to the stream, and I will catch y'all later. And, hey, if I don't remember to talk about it tomorrow, if I stream, ask me about Blue Beetle. I'll catch y'all later.